Julianne Jones, and I got to tell you, I love my Facebook peeps. I went online today and posted in my profile that I was blogging and asked if anybody had any questions about summertime direct sales success. What do you struggle with during the summer? And I actually got several. I'm going to be working on those over the next couple months. So if you did ask one of those questions, just know that I'm going to work on answering those for you in upcoming blogs. But there were a couple of people who actually had sort of similar questions. Tamara and Robin both asked about getting people to commit. How do you get people to actually commit to a date? They say, yes, they want to do a party, but they haven't committed to a date. Or they say they'd like to do one in the future, but I'm not getting them to commit before they walk out the door. And I also had someone ask about, how do you, as regarding follow-up, how do you get that person to return your call? How do you follow up? And I'm going to just tell you really honestly, that can be a challenge. Probably the biggest concern that I deal with my personal clients and that we hear about on calls and that kind of thing is, follow-up is challenging and people won't return your calls and you're leaving messages. And I want to encourage you to continue to follow up with those leads, but I want to give you a tool today that will hopefully make it so that you don't have to follow up to get the booking, okay? I always encouraged my team and I always made it sort of a personal principle or a rule for myself to not let the person who said yes, they'd like to book a party walk out the door of that live party without actually getting something on our calendar, okay? And I'm going to explain why I think that's so important. If someone says, yes, I'd like to book, but I'm not sure when, or I need to check with my friends, or I have to go home and look at my calendar, or, let me get back to you, or can you call me back to book? Chances are good, I think they're very sincere, they do want to book. But then what happens is they walk out the door, they get busy, and they maybe even change their mind, or they figure, I'll wait a few months, and then within a few months, they kind of forget who you are, or how much they love your product, or whatever. So what I learned is you need to seize on the enthusiasm that they have right there that night at the party. They've experienced you as a consultant, they love you and your products, and they've said yes to a party. So before they walk out the door, do your best to get them booked. Okay, and the language was very, very simple. What I would say is, you know what, Sue, let's go ahead and get you on my calendar now before you go. And if you need to change that date, if it doesn't work out for you, if you get home and remember, oh, you have something else going on that night, just give me a call and we'll reschedule it. Not a problem. But I want to go ahead and get you on my calendar so we can secure the date for you. Now, what most of the time I found people said, okay, that's fine, and they'd book it because I gave them the out that if they needed to change it, not a problem, they could call me and I'd be happy to reschedule it for them. Now here's the absolute crucial shift that happens if you start doing this. Instead of you calling them to schedule that party, which as we've just talked about can be a challenge, people don't return their calls, they don't answer the phone. Instead of that, now they have to call you if they want to reschedule. They've committed, with the premise that they can change that date if they need to. But the key is, instead of you trying to reach them, they have to call you to change it. And I'm telling you, that distinction is golden. It makes such a difference. So I really want you I always joke at my live trainings, whatever you need to do, if it's, throw yourself on the floor and grab them by the ankles to not let them walk out that door. That's a little bit extreme, but you get the point. To just say, let's go ahead and get it on the calendar. Let's get you booked, and if you need to change, not a problem. You can give me a call and we'll change the date. That's fine. Okay, so that's very, very important. Also, make sure you're booking within 30 to 45 days. If you book any further out than that, it can really be challenging to maintain that host enthusiasm, and the parties are much more likely to cancel. So I recommend that you have those dates available, close in, 30 to 45 days out. I've gone ahead below this video and listed some blogs that'll support you around this topic as well. Some things regarding how to get bookings, tools to use at your parties. One of my most popular blog posts of all time, how to use a Think About It packet. So I'd recommend that you take a little time on this blog post, read up a little bit, start using some of those tools, and get your summer booked. And don't let them walk out the door without booking that party with you, okay? I really want you to take that away and go train your team. Tell everyone you know that that's probably the single biggest reason that I was more successful with bookings than a lot of people I knew, because I got them to date it before they walked out the door. Okay, hope you're having a great day. Looking forward to connecting with you very soon out there in social media land, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, all those great things. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.